I find this so fascinating when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra. Indeed, you know, it is your own intuition which is going to be primarily responsible right at the beginning of this week for you to be brought to this specific aspect of your life. Just remember, what am I saying right now? It is your own intuition which is going to bring you towards such an important point, such an important aspect in your life, because you are gonna feel the need to do something or to go somewhere or to explore something right at the beginning of this week. Whatever it happens and however it happens, it's gonna be down to your intuition, not to do what you're gonna feel like doing, but what exactly you are going to be reminded of. My gorgeous Libra, the whole point of this is for you to be reminded of something so big and so important, but something that you do not like to think about whatsoever. You will be reminded of something that subconsciously you decided to bury right at the back of your mind. You decided to suppress this, my gorgeous Libra, and sometimes we do this in order to protect ourselves, in order to protect our spirit, which is absolutely normal. But then we reach a certain aspect in our life, you know, certain stage in our life where we simply cannot move forward unless we resolve certain things in our life. So, what is going to happen, my gorgeous Libra, and what exactly are you going to be reminded of? You will be reminded of some kind of responsibility that you are avoiding and you have been avoiding, you know, and your subconscious mind, oh my God, has been playing a great deal here when it comes to you kind of like forgetting about this even more, even, you know, like, do you know what I mean? So you will be reminded, my gorgeous Libra. So first of all, you're going to be drawn to go somewhere or to do something, and then this is what your intuition is going to be guiding you towards, and then somehow you will be reminded of this responsibility that you are avoiding, and this in itself, it's something that you do not, or something is going to remind you of this particular responsibility that you're trying to avoid. Maybe some of you have actually forgotten about it, to be quite honest with you. Do you know how intense this has been, you know, when it comes to your life? So you will be reminded of this responsibility that you're avoiding, and it's something that you don't like to think about whatsoever. But you need to understand, and this is ever so important when it comes to you moving forward with your life, because if you don't do something about this, then you're really going to slow down your process, you know, your progress in life. So this is a rather challenging for you. This responsibility that you're kind of avoiding, this in itself has become a rather big challenge in your life over the last 7 months, but it did kind of also reflect on other aspects of your life, because without you even realizing, you know, you couldn't really make certain decisions and things like that when you needed to make them, but only now you will be able to reflect in a slightly different way. Just remember that your intuition has brought you to this aspect of your life, which means you are ready. All this is going to be completely enlightening experience for you, my gorgeous Libra. So now something magical is actually going to happen. It's not only you being like kind of like really you being reminded of this responsibility that you are avoiding. It's not only that, but there is some kind of like a really pretty much so realization you are going to have. Some kind of realization, and for what you want to do, what do you need to do? And for the first time ever, you are gonna feel like really confident and about like this particular responsibility that you're avoiding. And for the first time ever, I don't even know how to explain this, that you are actually gonna realize that you're starting to become like kind of passionate about it right now. And this is like a really big difference you are gonna be able to kind of notice within yourself. And all I say to you, just go with this amazing flow, because at the same time, this is the beginning of your own awakening. My gorgeous Libra, there is a reason for it. This is the beginning of your own spiritual awakening. So now, when it comes to you kind of like really avoiding this responsibility, there is some kind of plan you're going to have. There is some kind of realization you're going to have, which is most certainly going to lead towards like such an important resolution. It's to do with this, you avoiding certain responsibility, but no more, no longer, because now you're gonna realize exactly what do you need to do, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, you're gonna realize exactly what do you need to do when it comes to that responsibility. And on top of that, you've been avoiding so much, and on top of that, you will be able to notice this difference, as I said before, like how passionate you're going to feel, how powerful you're going to feel, how brilliant you're going to feel. You will most certainly know that something is happening, something is changing. And so when it comes to you avoiding this responsibility, this realization is going to lead towards an important resolution, and whatever this responsibility is, whatever this responsibility that you were avoiding was, there are certain things that were very down and dark and negative that are going to come to an end within the next 7 weeks. Within the next 7 weeks, whatever has been bothering you here, it's actually going to come to an end. But going back, the way you're gonna feel and the way you're gonna perk up from the beginning of this week, it's not only about you noticing this kind of change within you. It's not only you having this awakening, this spiritual awakening moment, but when I say that you're going to have this spiritual awakening moment, pay attention to, from the beginning of this week, how determined you're going to suddenly become to start something you wanted to start for absolute ages. Listen to me very carefully. It's not only about you realizing that something changed, but it's about the feeling you're going to have. Suddenly, something that you wanted to start for absolute ages, my gorgeous Libra, what is this? Something that you wanted to start for absolute ages, but to me, I see it like a beautiful adventure, and I see it as something that you're so determined about, and something that has been on your mind for so long, and something that you were dreaming about, something that you were planning, something that you were thinking about, and something that you were waiting like the right moment, and maybe you were waiting for the right moment to come for you to start this. Maybe you were waiting for a little bit too long. So this is really going to kind of remind you of something that you wanted to start in absolute ages. It is to do indeed with a new beginning. The new stage is going to start with this, and it's the beginning of a really beautiful new adventure. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Libra. This is remarkable in so many different ways. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are gonna feel like a little bit of nostalgia, but it's more like suddenly there is this specific person that you're gonna be reminded of, and you're gonna be being reminded of this specific person in your life. Somebody that died and somebody that passed away, somebody that used to be in your life, somebody that used to be like an integral part of your journey. Do you know what I mean? It's one of like a really beautiful people, you know, that used to be in your life. That person is no longer with us, well, in this world, but it's in a spirit world indeed. Now suddenly you will be reminded of this specific person in your life who is no longer with you, for example. And there are quite few things that are going to be keep on reminding you of that particular person. And you know, at the same time, there is this realization again you are going to have. When you are reminded of that particular person, for example, there is something else which is going to be on your mind at the same time. There is something else which is going to be on your mind at the same time, and it's like you will feel the need to immediately go to visit one specific person who is obviously in this world. This is what this kind of spirit of this person is going to remind you of, you know, that you need to reconnect with a specific person or with the specific people in your life. Now it's time. Now it's time to reconnect with the one specific person who you are going to be reminded by through this particular person. And whoever this is, maybe it's a group of people or maybe it's a one person, whoever this is, oh my God, that you are reminded of immediately when you are kind of reminded of this spirit. Do you understand what I mean? I hope this is not too confusing. So something is first of all going to remind you of this spirit who used to be in your life, my gorgeous Libra. But then again, at the same time, this is going to be a sign and clear indication that because of that spirit, you will be reminded of this other person who is still in this world, or a group of people who are still in this world who are indeed connected to this particular person and you. And that's where you're going to be reminded of this other person and other group of people. And I strongly suggest you to get in touch with that person and that other group of people immediately, because there is something very, very important you're going to find out. There is something very, very important you're going to find out through that particular person, and there are certain plans that you're immediately going to need to change. But this is not a bad thing. This is actually really good indeed. And also, when it comes to the midweek, I think it's a lot about like kind of synchronicities and signs, to be quite honest with you, because first of all, at around midweek, there is a very unusual sign you are going to have. My God, we've got spirits, we've got signs, we've got all sorts of things going on. My goodness. But you are, my gorgeous Libra, are going to become aware of some kind of a really unusual sign also at around the midweek. And this unusual sign, it's somehow going to be connected to the actual nature. Okay, somehow it's going to be connected to nature, actually, this unusual sign you're going to have. And whether you notice this sign or you don't notice this sign, something really major is going to happen after that moment in time. If you are completely tuned in, you will notice that sign. If you're not completely tuned in, you may not notice this unusual sign, which is going to come from nature somehow. But what am I trying to say here is, before you see that sign, or even if you don't see that sign, that doesn't matter, but something is going to inspire you. So first of all, like an unusual sign you're going to have, and this is going to be an indication that very soon after that moment in time, something is going to inspire you, my gorgeous Libra. And whatever is going to inspire you, it's really like kind of going to also make you feel instantly like, oh God, no, well, I can't do that. You're going to feel like that. First inspired, oh my God, this is beautiful, I want to do that. And then immediately you're going to go like, oh no, I can't do that. Because you're going to start thinking in a negative way, because you will be thinking about a certain restriction, about something kind of restricting you. And now this is when you need to be strong, because the moment in time you are reminded of this restriction, you know, this is a very important sign for you that you need to be very strong here. You need to be really grounded, you know, you need to recenter yourself as much as you possibly can, because you are going to need to set the boundaries. you know, because so as soon as you have this inspiration, you know, you're gonna feel a little bit frustrated because you're gonna think, oh no, I can't do that because something is like holding me back. I can't do that because of this particular restriction. Now, whatever this restriction is, you really need to work on that. You need to set the boundaries. You know, right now it's important to act now and do something about it immediately. Okay, what I need you to do is to do everything that's in your power to follow this inspiration and see where this inspiration is going to take you. Okay, this is what you need to do. Don't think about that restriction as such, so you don't give it too much power. What you need to think is how exactly can you set the boundaries in your life right now, and you need to do it literally immediately by you following this inspiration. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but you are like taking a responsibility of your life right now. So I ignore this restriction, but do pay attention to which boundaries you actually need to set. And also, my gorgeous Libra, at around the midweek, you know, this is when I mentioned before about synchronicities. This is crazy. This week is gonna be like so whoa, you know. And also at around the midweek, you know, pay attention to synchronicities. I know I told you about the sign. You're gonna see the sign. Yes, I know. Sign is like when you see something like an omen or a sign. For example, at around the midweek, when I say pay attention to synchronicities, you know, my darling, something is gonna be keep on repeating and repeating like a big mama, like there is no tomorrow. Something is going to be keep on repeating, like synchronicities, maybe the certain numbers, maybe the certain situations, but something is going to be keep on repeating to you at around the midweek, and you will see. Please, my advice is to follow this synchronicity. Follow this synchronicity, pay attention to it, and you will realize something really crazy. Pay attention to these synchronicities, and all these synchronicities that you are going to become aware of are going to be leading you towards the certain thing, towards something really specific, towards this person of an authority. All these synchronicities are going to be leading towards this person of an authority, my gorgeous Libra. And this is so important for you, because that particular person of authority, it's also like kind of going to, through that person, you are going to have a really big answer, a really big, shall I call it a sacred answer when it comes to your future and when it comes to your future planning, you know, and that in itself is going to resolve in you knowing exactly which compromise you are going to need to make. And that compromise you are going to feel a little bit, oh my God, not too sure about, but a few days later you will know that you indeed made the right thing. The moment in time you find out that something bad has come to an end, you will know that this in itself is really a lot to do with that particular compromise that you've made, because if you did not make that compromise in the first place, there is something bad would not come to an end whatsoever. Absolutely brilliant. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, there is something that you're going to be doing, and there is something that you're going to be enjoying yourself with. You will really be enjoying yourself at around the end of this week. You will be doing something where you're going to feel like so like active, so creative, so passionate. You know, when you're doing something and you're enjoying yourself, you can do it for hours type of thing, and you're just loving it and loving it and loving it and loving it. It's just like kind of increasing your vibration every single second, you know. So you will be doing something that you're really enjoying yourself doing, and something that comes to you naturally, something that you are passionate about, for example, whatever you're going to be doing, you will be enjoying yourself. yourself. But then somehow you will be, and this is a good sign, that you will be reminded of this negative dark stage in your life, something that you've been going through. And this is important to mention because while you're doing something positive, while you're doing something that's raising your vibration, while you're doing something that you're so passionate about, while you're doing something that makes you feel good, when you are able to think about something negative you've been through in your past, that's a very good sign that you kind of are moving forward. You got over something very dark and very negative, which is brilliant. So you are going to be thinking about something dark that you've been going through, but without even realizing, yourself, you are going to start becoming really drawn towards you wanting to learn something, because what you're going to be reminded of, somehow you will be kind of reminded of what do you want to learn, which is going to involve you doing something that you don't want to do for a while, maybe being surrounded by the certain people and things like that, or a certain person, or doing something, going somewhere you don't want to go for a while, but this is going to be really worth it. So there is something that you're going to realize, oh my God, I want to learn this so badly. And I really strongly suggest you to do this because your life is going to become so much more efficient. There you go. This is going to lead towards your life becoming so much more efficient. And I don't need to tell you this because you are going to make an important decision that you will want to learn this. And this is brilliant because after that moment in time, your life is going to transform in such a slow and a subtle way. But there are so many things, new things that you're going to learn about yourself and about your life, like in the near future. It's going to be brilliant just because of this. I will tell you why this is going to be so important for you to learn. It's not only that your life is going to become so much more efficient because of this, but also you're following your vision. This is a lot to do with your vision, with your life, with your future. And that's why you're going to feel overwhelmed. And there is also going to be a really positive news by somebody very close to you, like a family member or like one of your best friends, somebody who means to you so much. It's about to give you this really wonderful news. And because you will know when you hear this news that this person is doing really great in life. Something major happened to that person that you're going to benefit from as well. Something major, something successful, and you're going to feel so happy. But at the same time, my gorgeous Libra, you're also going to be really happy because this is a rather positive news, not only because of the financial situation or a success of that person who means to you so much. You will. This is going to be beneficial for you as well. But that person is going to rather surprise you, because that person is going to give you really positive news, and you will know that very soon you will be able to spend more time with this person. So this is indeed somebody who really is a major part of your life, but maybe it's also to do with somebody who does not live or who didn't live, for example, too close to you. So a really important reconnection will happen here indeed. So now, my gorgeous Libra, where are the tarot cards? 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 Now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Oh my goodness, look at this. Absolutely brilliant. You are going to indeed have an amazing idea by the end of this week, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, by the end of this week, you are going to have an amazing idea. This idea you're going to have, it's going to happen right at around the last couple of days this week. Within the last couple of days this week, you will have this amazing idea, and you will know what this is because your spirit is going to rise, my gorgeous Libra, like never before. And also, when it comes to that particular idea, there are going to be so many possibilities that are like going to be shining really brightly around that particular idea. So it's a one particular idea. Something is going to give you strong and positive vibes. something is going to give you strong and positive vibes. There is something you're going to discover but within the last 2 days this week, and this is going to give you strong and positive vibes indeed. But also there are going to be so many possibilities that are going to be connected to that particular idea. So you're really going to kind of need to see before you take this idea on, like which possibility would be the best for you, All these possibilities are good, but some of them are much better than others. So this is why you just need to kind of step back and concentrate a little bit and follow your intuition, my gorgeous Libra, and you are most certainly not going to be led astray. This, my gorgeous people, is a very, very, very powerful and a very, very important pendant, because it is going to detoxify any negativity and any toxicity out of your life. This pendant is also ridiculously powerful because it's so important when it comes to our metabolism as well. To have a healthy metabolism, it's really significant when it comes to our health in general. This peridot is ridiculously powerful because when you wear it, you attract the right people and the right situations into your life. Why? Because what's the best about you, it's highlighted while you're wearing this. So whether you want to attract certain people when it comes to love and when it comes to romance into your life, or whether you're trying to whether you're trying to attract like maybe certain people when it comes to business, when it comes to your career, it's also absolutely brilliant for that as well. It does tend to bring you a really, really good luck when you are doing something financial, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're making like a really important financial decisions, or when you're making important decisions in general, because peridot helps you, like really prevents you from like a really over analyzing, and when we are over analyzing something, then over analyzing can be really, really dangerous, because us over analyzing something we should never be analyzing in the first place only comes from us maybe not feeling confident enough. So this in itself prevents you from over analyzing something you shouldn't analyze, because it does make you feel extremely, extremely confident. Listen to me very carefully. Peridot brings the best out in you because it makes you feel really, really confident in general. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous people. It is ever so important. It is the crystal of expansion, and it is the crystal of a new beginnings. Oh my God, ever so significant for those people who have been stuck for a while. For those people who did not have any changes, in their lives, for those people who are unhappy with their lives, and sometimes subconsciously we are affected by the certain things we are not even realizing that are preventing us to move forward. So peridot has got a power to unlock the best within us, and this element of ourselves, it's like more powerful than we can possibly imagine, but it's very sensitive. So if there is an ounce of like, oh my God, negativity or fear when we have towards something, that's kind of amplified, and without us even realizing, that energy is preventing us from moving forward. So peridot has got a power to keep this energy away, so we can like really do things we want to do. So this is why, it's so important for those people who have been stuck, or those people who felt stuck for a while. Just remember, it attracts the right people and it attracts the right situations in your life as well. This crystal is ridiculously powerful. Okay, just remember that by wearing peridot, it does not only bring a good luck into your life when it comes to so many things. This crystal brings you a good luck. Okay, this crystal has been used for many years just for that particular reason. Okay, and when it comes to peridot, I'm so excited because I love peridot. It's one of my favorite crystals indeed, because I know when I wear peridot, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I can do what I don't normally feel like I can do. You know what I mean? It gives me the strength. It gives me this energy that I don't normally have. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is what this powerful pendant can actually do. So when it comes to moving on with our lives, this is something we should all have literally. It does bring you like, oh my God, kind of the whole new sense of what you should be doing, because you are reminded of things that maybe you are neglecting just because you did not have a confidence to kind of take on. So this immediately, like, kind of like, really, as soon as you wear this, you do kind of are reminded of certain things in your life in such a way where you kind of start getting really positive ideas. That's the way you're reminded of things that you should be working on, because now suddenly something that you were afraid to start, now suddenly you have these amazing ideas, like incredible ideas, and that's how you are pointed towards the right directions through your own passion, through your own optimism. This in itself, my gorgeous people, is indeed your guiding light. And that's why I absolutely love peridot. And also, why am I so excited? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, my gorgeous people. Not that it's like impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to find peridot out there. But when I'm looking for crystals, I'm looking for the very specific crystals. They need to be of a high quality. So this one is a high quality peridot. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for this for years, and I only have a limited amount of this. I only have a limited amount of this in stock, my gorgeous people. So I really suggest you to buy this while you can. I'm not saying you can't get a peridot out there, but it is not going to be as a wonderful and such a high quality as this one. Okay, very powerful and natural peridot. Okay, so this is why, because I've been waiting for this for years, absolute years, and I have only a few of these in stock. And once they're gone, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. And I only have like a few in stock, like literally. And this is honestly, one of the most powerful pendants, and it's so striking. It's so striking. Look at it. Just to have this around your neck. So beautiful. So striking. So natural. So this, my gorgeous people, is something I highly recommend you. This gorgeous peridot comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in the description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way. You can click on it and you will see the first two products, right on top of the store, are gonna be the ones that I'm advertising right now. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. You see, lots of people don't realize how powerful blue topaz actually is, especially when it comes to activating your third psychic eye. Yes, lots of people do not realize how significant and how powerful blue topaz actually is, because once we activate our third psychic eye, we start to understand things we never understood before. We kind of elevate ourselves both spiritually and mentally as well. This in itself, it's ever so important when it comes to understanding so much about ourselves in general, understanding so much about this life in general. You know, it really helps you to go through and to go forward in life with a completely kind of deeper, with a completely different understanding, much deeper, much more spiritual, much more serene when it comes to things that have been kind of bringing you down, when it comes to things that have been scaring you, when it comes to things that have been draining your energy in general. All this stops when you wear blue topaz. Why? Because you see things differently, and you know, because it activates your third psychic eye. You elevate yourself to the point where you see literally every single aspect in your life in a completely different light. So why is this so important? Well, it's important when it comes to you progressing in life and making the most out of life, but it's also ever so important when it comes to you protecting your precious energy. You know, it helps you to protect your precious energy as well, and this is why it's so significant. I mean, look at this. Absolutely stunning, my gorgeous people. And this is a handmade sterling silver bracelet. Okay, handmade sterling silver gate bracelet. It's 7.5 inches long and it's 10 millimeter wide, so that is quite wide. And of course, this is like a really high quality blue topaz crystalline, and this is something that I would highly recommend you to wear, my gorgeous people. And blue topaz also allow you to channel your inner wisdom and find a perfect pathway to successful opportunities, you know. And to be quite honest with you, like anyone who wears this will embrace will embrace their authentic self and trust, you know, you will trust your own power, and you will most certainly, you know, do things in life that are gonna bring you success in general. You know, you tend to make the right decisions when you wear these powerful crystals. So whether these decisions are like when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, you know, it does help you quite a lot, you know, to make the right decision, because it grounds you. It grounds you in a really specific way. Can you imagine how powerful this crystal is, when on one hand it activates your third psychic eye, therefore you elevate, you become so spiritual like never before, but then on another hand it's also very powerful when it comes to grounding at the same time, when it comes to you recentering yourself at the same time. And this is why, because you don't worry about things that you shouldn't be worrying about, and very often as well people don't realize how draining this is on our overall energy, you know, and we are not able to get in our life, you know, to the certain stage, you know, as quick as we actually could. So it really is ever so important when it comes to you realigning yourself like instantly as soon as you put this on, my gorgeous people. I really highly suggest you to get this beautiful blue topaz handmade bracelet for yourself, or you can buy it for somebody else. If you think that somebody else can benefit from it, you know, why wouldn't you buy it for them? It's absolutely beautiful. And the link to buy this gorgeous bracelet, my gorgeous people, it's going to be in the description below, or it's going to be, or I'm also going to pin the actual link on top of the comment section as well. But it is a rather beautiful bracelet, and of course I only have a few of these in stock now.